What's up guys, Wellen Customs here, and today we have a special look at the Marvel Legends Doctor Doom figure from the Fantastic Four Ronan the Accuser series. Looks pretty cool. I actually wanted to get this figure for a while. I know there is a reissue one in the new Marvel Legends collection now, but it's kind of expensive, and this one was oddly cheaper, so I got this one instead. I believe they're the same thing overall. I used to have this a while ago, so I always liked it, so I rebought it anyway. Here's the back of it. Looks pretty cool. Alright, let's open them up. Alright guys, so here is Doctor Doom out of the box, and man, this guy looks awesome looking. And this is going to be a quick review. Just going to go over a couple quick things on him, because I know a lot of people have seen him before. But I like him. I think he looks pretty good. Let's take off the head and the mask and get this to the side. It is a harder plastic than usual. I think what I would do is just cut the slit from right here, get this whole bottom off, and put an actual fabric cape right there. So that'd be pretty nice. But that to the side, you know, I like how it looks. It's definitely one of the older models when Hasbro took over Marvel Legends back in the day. But it's still pretty good. It definitely has its flaws, but it definitely has its pros and cons. But something interesting to look at on mine specifically, I got some weird looking blue going on right there, and in the back on the jetpacks as well. I don't know if that's normal. Actually, you can see on his neck as well too. A little bit. I don't think I had that before, but that's something to point out. But other than that, let's take a look at his head. I definitely like how it looks. Looks pretty nice right there. You can definitely see all the details on the mask. And you take his mask off, bam! You got an ugly looking Freddy Krueger right there. So that's kind of interesting as well. It's pretty decent. Maybe better paint job. Sculpting wise, he kind of had a smirk for some odd reason. I don't know why he would be smiling, but yeah, it's definitely something that could have been improved, but I don't mind it. You know, they could have not done anything, so there you go. But putting the mask back on, I think it looks pretty good. You can actually see his eyes inside there, so that's pretty nice. Going down to the rest of the figure, he does have a pretty nice looking armor, kind of basic, but it looks pretty good as well, no matter what. You know, even Doctor Doom, he has pretty basic armor. Nothing special. He never really changes it as well because he's pretty satisfied with it. So he kind of has that nice medieval armor look, which is very unique itself. And it has a nice like pearl look to it, as you can see right there. It's just not like it's not a flat gray color or anything like that. It has like a pearl material, not material, but look to it. That's pretty cool. You got his Doom symbol right there, of course. And going down, like I said, he has a very medieval look to it. There is some shading of blue in this one. I guess you could kind of tell some random parts. But over there is very heavy at the neck and definitely in the back, which is weird because it kind of gets cut off right there. So that's something to point out. He has jetpacks in the back that are kind of blue as well. And on the side there, he has a little holster with his little pistol that he uses so often with his gun. Right? Yeah. We'll get more into that later, but other than that, like I said, it's a decent figure. It's one of those older figures when Hasbro took over Marvel Legends, and this came out with, you know, obviously this came out with the Fantastic Four line, as you can see. And they actually, like I said, they made a new, they used the same figure and reissued it for the new Marvel Legends wave when they came back. But I like it. I think it's pretty good. Going into articulation really quickly, he does have a ball jointed head. There you go. It goes up, doesn't go down that much, but goes left and right. There's no pivot though. Going to the shoulders over here, they do rotate, go in and out nicely. No bicep swivel, but at the elbow it does rotate left and right, and does go up and down. And he actually has a little swivel right there for his elbow pads, which is pretty cool. And at the glove, it rotates over there. Going down to the ab section, he does have a ball joint right there. Not the greatest, but it's something at least. It goes back a little bit, doesn't go forward that much. It doesn't go left and right, pivot, but does swivel left and right there. And he also has a waist articulation as well, so added, I guess, if you need it. Going down to the rest, he does have, I believe it's wide jointed hips. Not the greatest, because it's very, very restricted from the clothing over here, the cloth. What I would like to do is cut a slit right down the middle here up to the belt on both sides, so you definitely get more leverage to move his legs. And I feel like it feels like it's wide jointed hips as well, because when you kind of tap, when I could bring it up, you can see it shifting to the right, to the side, like that. It doesn't just go up straight up. So I think it's wide jointed hips. I don't think there's a swivel there. But he does have at his knee, it rotates left and right, and it goes up and down. So, and that might account for the swivel on the thigh. That doesn't move at all, does it? Oh, it does move. Oh, there you go. So the knee pads move as well. And at the ankle, it goes swivel and left and right, and there's no pivot. So like I said, this figure for articulation, there's a little give and take on it, because it does suffer from like the original crappy Hasbro articulation. But on the plus side, it's a lot sturdier. Even though the articulation is limited, it's a little bit sturdier of a figure. It doesn't suffer from warped joints or rubbery hinges like the new ones do sometimes. So that's something to really consider, because it's better. Is it better to have a figure that has okay articulation, but it's better constructed, or is it better to have a figure that is a lot better articulation, but really poorly constructed, and it feels like it's gonna rip, or fall apart? So, yeah, a little give and take there. Like I said before, he does have a pistol right here. It's made to fit into his left hand. It actually fits in pretty well. Like I said, it's made for it. So we'll stick that in right there. The finger goes right into the trigger finger. There you go. Pretty good. And the other hand is open for him to raise hell. Here's a nice size comparison with Loki and Thanos from the Hasbro Marvel Legends line as well. I think he looks pretty good next to them side by side. He isn't a small figure, actually. He's pretty decently tall and big, and he's not as big as Thanos, obviously, but he is definitely a little bit bigger than Loki right here. But Loki is generally a smaller figure. This is the movie version of him, obviously. And for last size comparison, here is Dr. Doom, some of the other Marvel figures from different lines. As you can see, it looks pretty good. He's listed as 6'7". I don't really believe that, but I do like the fact that he is a little bit bigger than some of the other figures, because he is wearing that medieval armor, so he should be a tad bigger, or get some added size in general. I think he looks pretty good. And he looks like a cool figure. I like the fact that you could put the hood on, you could see all the shadowing there, and just see his face barely. Looks very menacing. If I had anything to change from it, like I said before, I would cut a little slit, cutting the bottom of the cape off and putting a cloth one on, and also cutting the slits on the side of his lower clothing, or maybe even just changing it totally to cloth also, so you get him into some seating positions, so get some better articulation out of him. Other than that, though, I think he is the best Dr. Doom figure out right now compared to the old ones. I do wish they might come out of a new one. I also do wish I got the white one, the God Dr. Doom version, because that's really cool, but it's a chase figure, hard to find, and it's probably really expensive. So I'm going to have to settle for this one for now, which is not that bad. If you guys have not read or aren't reading yet, get into the new Secret Wars, because Dr. Doom is a huge player in that one. And honestly, it made me like him a lot more. That's why I really bought the figure. I think he's pretty cool now. And of course, he wants to be a god. There he is next to Odin. So you can see that. And of course, we got Thor right there. So if you guys read the comic book, you know what that's all about. And that's about it, guys. So thanks for watching. Kind of a quick review. My 2 cents on the figure, and that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys. Like always, comment, criticize, subscribe, do whatever you want to pay attention. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at wildandcustoms.com. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Peace.